So now that we better understand what we mean by the terms enterprise and enterprise architecture, let's now have a look at some of the benefits of enterprise architecture. Now, a common complaint amongst business executives around enterprise architecture is they don't even know what enterprise architecture means. As well, they don't know what the benefits are. They think enterprise architecture just benefits IT teams, IT development teams, IT procurement teams. That it's just about creating diagrams, charts, various pieces of information that's of little use to the business. And that's not true at all. Well-executed enterprise architecture delivers most of its value to the business through things like reduced complexity, increased reuse of capabilities, and the resultant lower costs. Now, when we're looking at explaining the benefits of enterprise architecture to business managers, TOGAF 9.1 provides an excellent guide in terms of EA benefits, an excellent summary of the benefits of well-executed enterprise architecture. So what are some of these benefits according to the TOGAF guide? Well, looking straight at the guide, the first benefit that it highlights is a more efficient business operation. How? Well, we're looking at sharing business capabilities across the organisation. What can this lead to? Well, lower operational costs. Rather than having silo-based duplication, as you see in many organisations, we maximise our reuse of capabilities. As well, enterprise architecture contributes to more flexibility, more agility, and increased productivity by keeping our enterprise design relevant to the dynamic needs of our organisation. The second benefit that TOGAF highlights is a more efficient IT operation. Lower costs around software development, particularly around things like support and maintenance, because we've better defined our requirements within our enterprise design before actually going and acquiring software solutions. Also, enterprise architecture contributes to increased portability and interoperability. In other words, increased use of the valuable data that we capture within our IT, which too contributes to lower costs of retaining and exchanging information, and improved enterprise knowledge like business intelligence and improved reporting. So that contributes to a more efficient IT operation. TOGAF also helps us to get a better return on our existing investment, particularly where IT is concerned, through the reduction of complexity, not just in IT, but also in the business too, through promoting greater reuse of tooling and technology. Not just tooling and technology though, we're also looking at greater reuse of business processes and the definition around the roles and responsibilities of business processes. TOGAF helps us to reduce the risk of future investment. In other words, we're not tied to a solution-first implementation approach. TOGAF, enterprise architecture, helps us to determine what we need first before we determine how we're going to satisfy that need. So we have the flexibility to fulfill an architectural requirement through making, buying, or outsourcing, depending on what best satisfies the needs of the organisation. The last benefit that's highlighted in the TOGAF guide is faster and simpler procurement. We have better procurement information available, defined by enterprise architects. So it makes buying decisions simpler. In other words, we don't have to be seduced by the sell, and also we have a clearer idea of the outcomes that purchase technology needs to support. The procurement process can also be more precise, which means it can be faster, more effective, which in turn liberates procurement money to increasing the economic capabilities of our organisation. So, all of these benefits that we see on the screen, benefits of a more efficient business operation, a more efficient IT operation, better return on investment, reduced risk for future investment, and faster, simpler and cheaper procurement. They're all benefits that appeal to business managers and their benefits that enterprise architecture, well executed, can deliver. In fact, my challenge to enterprise architects is this: prove the value of your role through the value that you liberate. In other words, through the costs that you save or the increased revenue and benefits that you deliver to your organisation. Because enterprise architecture is one of the few organisational disciplines that can demonstrate its value tangibly and realistically. In other words, you can prove what you've saved the organisation or the extra revenue you've helped them to gain. So we've looked at some of the benefits of enterprise architecture. Let's move on now to having a more detailed look at TOGAF, and let's look at the different sections, the different phases of the architecture development method.